this story starts with my mom dragging me out of the house to go hang out at one of her friends' houses. Her friend has 3 kids, and I was much older than them. It was still fun to go and play wiffle ball and go swimming into the late hours of the night. It was summer, so the sun didn't set until 8:30 some nights. My mom and her friend were very close, so sometimes we'd just spend the night and go home the next morning. This night I begged her to just go home so I could sleep in my own bed. I really just wanted to go home and play some SIG on my shitty computer. We're getting all packed up to leave the house, and it's about 12:31 where I went to take the go-kart up their never-ending driveway one last time. Little did I know that this would be the last time I visit, because they got kicked out weeks later. I slow down as I reach the top of the driveway, because it leads to a very busy main road. It's occupied almost every hour of the day. As I turned around, I noticed something horrifying. A woman in a white dress who looked as if she was sleepwalking. Now, I'm 15 at the time, so I've seen horror movies. I knew not to just yell out and ask her if she was okay. Instead, out of curiosity, I drove the go-kart behind a row of fern trees that they had in their lawn so that I could see what she was doing. She had nothing in her hands, but for some reason, she was rolling out the garbage can very late at night. She hit the curb, let go of the trash can, and turned around. I swear, she glared right at me and froze. She stood there for what seemed like hours in my mind. I heard my mom calling for me to get into her brand new car, and we were on our way home. As we pulled out of the driveway once more, I saw her watching our car exit the driveway. I didn't tell my mom because she would think that it was just my 15-year-old mind at play. But I knew what I saw. I texted my friend Robbie, who lives 2 houses down, to sleep over that night due to me being horrified of the things that I have just encountered. He got to my house before I did, and I walked into my room to see him, already playing on my computer. It was cool to have a friend that lived that close. Now I'm 18 and I live all alone. And now that I think about it, I really miss living in that house, except for one reason. Robbie started talking as we usually did when he slept over, and told me that he saw a woman walking by my house before we got home. Obviously, he didn't want to walk by her or anything, so he waited until she passed by and continued waiting an extra 10 minutes or so. There was no way that it was the same woman. 30 minutes after, we were playing games, listening to music, and talking about some girls in our grade. It was a typical teenager's night, until I saw the woman walk by my window, in the same exact white dress, with the same exact facial features. It was her. I panicked. Robbie suggested that I turn off the light and pretend to be asleep, but then she would have known that someone in the house was awake. We left the lights on and didn't dare to make a noise. We later woke up and nothing seemed to happen. We went outside to look around the house to see if she slept behind the house or something. We didn't find her, but rather her pair of slippers that looked like they'd been walked in for about 10,000 miles. That was the last time I had seen the woman, and now that I think about it, I probably should have told my mom. But this is something that Robbie and I keep to ourselves. Leave a comment if you got down this far, or if you have had an experience like this before.